Restream, I think for the first time. I can't recall using this before, so if I've got anything wrong, then don't be too surprised, but I'm going to be here. I'm going to do my best. I think I'm streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn right now. So that's pretty cool, isn't it, being able to do that? And, big thank you to Restream for allowing me access to their, what I think is a fantastic system. So I'm here today to talk to you about an event that I've got coming up. But before that, I want to just talk about, really, I suppose, my credibility and my experience in working with businesses. So if you run a small business and you want to grow that business, you need to make more money, you need to create more sales, you need to create more leads in order to create those sales, then you're definitely in the right place. Because I've been doing that for businesses for now 31 years. And throughout that time, I've worked with over 10,000 businesses in over 50 different industries. And I've helped them achieve an average ROI, return on investment, of 45% growth. Some of them have had many hundreds of percents. Others have taken my advice and not done very much and have achieved less than that. But on average, I've achieved a 45% growth. So why does that matter to you? Well, it's all about credibility, I believe. You know, if you're going to try and get marketing advice, if you want somebody to help you to increase sales, they need a bit of credibility, and hopefully that's given you a little bit of that. I've also written 4 books on marketing, spoken at events all over the world, and so on. But you didn't really come here to hear that. What you came here for is to find out a little bit more about the Results Mastery Intensive Program. Let me just tell you when it is and what it is to start with, and then I'll give you a little bit more of an insight into what we're going to be doing. So firstly, it starts on the 5th of June. It starts at 10 a.m. It's for 2 hours every Friday. Plus there's an opportunity for a Q&A session, which we're going to run every Monday at 10 a.m. again. So basically you're committed to certainly attending the Fridays. It's 6 weeks, 6 Fridays on the trot. And then on Monday is sort of optional, really. If you've got any questions, you're very welcome to attend that session and ask me any questions that you've got about your business, your marketing, your sales, and how to improve it. So let's tell you what we're going to be covering. Step 1, we're going to be covering something I call obscurity, which I believe is the biggest problem that 99% of small businesses are suffering with right now. You know, if you're Nike or Apple, you know, you're not suffering with obscurity. You know, you're known throughout the world probably, and certainly most of the world. You don't have that problem called obscurity. But for 99.9% of all small businesses, we're not really known. And the truth of the matter is we need to develop that knowledge. And it's always very easy to say, well, you know, I've got a database perhaps on LinkedIn of a few thousand people. But if your total customers could be, I don't know, 200,000 people, and you've got 2,000 on your database that you're allowed to communicate with, you can see the problem. This is why obscurity is the biggest challenge that we have to overcome. Once we've overcome that, we've got to step 2, keep in touch. We've got to be good at keeping in touch with people. It's so essentially important that if we don't keep in touch with people, they don't get to know us. They don't get to the next stage, which is stage 3, where they get to know, like, and trust us. Why would you trust somebody that you don't even know? You don't like them yet, and there's certainly no trust. So I'm going to be talking to you about how to build that. I'm going to be talking week 1 is all about overcoming obscurity. Week 2 is all about keeping in touch with people and building those relationships, getting better known with the people that you already know. Step 3 then is this idea, this concept of getting people to know, like, and trust you, know, like, and trust your company, and know, like, and trust your products and services. And only when you get that to that level will you then turn that into two-way communication, where it's not just a matter of you pushing stuff out on social media and advertising and LinkedIn and YouTube and so on. It's more than that. It's them coming back to you, where we've got this two-way communication. It's then and only then can we start to think about turning that into meetings. And I appreciate sometimes, you can go onto LinkedIn, you can push something out and somebody will come back to you and ask you for a meeting. I know that. But what I'm saying to you is that one of the biggest mistakes that I see is people trying to sell to strangers. I get this all the time. Somebody connects to me on LinkedIn, and then within 10 seconds, I get an automated message saying, do you want to buy this or that or something else? And do you know what? No, I don't. I've no interest in it whatsoever. I don't even know who you are. I certainly don't trust you. So we've got to build those relationships. Once we've got that and we've got that meeting, this is where it gets really sexy, if you will, because if you could improve your meeting conversion rate, let's say at the moment it's 4 out of 10, 40% conversion rate. If you could improve that by just 20%, from 40% to 60%, so therefore 20% improvement, what would happen to your business over a period of time? Well, what would happen is it would grow not by 20%, but by 50%, because 60% is actually 50% more than 40%, if that makes any sense. I never quite work out whether that makes sense, because it doesn't. It sounds weird. You've just told me it's 20% and now it's 50%. But if you think about it, it actually is. And that's what we're going to do. So we're going to get more people. We're going to become better at communicating with them. We're going to develop our relationship with them. We're going to turn that into equal communication backwards and forwards. We're going to talk about referrals. We're going to be talking about what I call marketing without money. So, it's not about spending loads and loads of money. It's not a get rich quick scheme either. I want to be clear. It's a get rich with hard work scheme. So it's going to take 6 weeks. I want you to make sure you turn up every week. So you need to be committed to be there. And it will be something that transforms your business from wherever it is now to wherever you want it to be. So that's it. If you want to find out more about it, just simply go to my website, which is results-mastery.com. That's results-mastery.com. Click on the programs page and you'll find the Results Mastery Intensive Program. Get yourself booked on it, and I look forward to speaking to you then. Thank you ever so much for listening, and thank you for being on this live stream. Thank you.